Happiness coach, and we are in the Work on Workplace Relations with Aastha, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. This is our Sunday evening live show. And as always, I am quite excited. I'm here with yet another topic, yet another aspect that we can delve a little deeper into with respect to our workplace experience, workplace relationships. So, waiting for all of you to join in. We are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So, join in on any of these channels. And as you join in, what I want you to do is drop in a hi so that I know you are here. I can say a hi to you. And also, as we talk, whatever comes to your mind, whatever your experience has been, whatever questions come to your mind, or any thoughts and opinions, please put them in the comment box. Yeah, I would love to hear, and that's where we're going to learn together. So let it be a dialogue rather than just me talking. Okay. Great. So a very warm welcome. I see some of you have joined in live. A very warm welcome. Hi, Akshay. Welcome. How are you doing? So thank you for joining in. Great. So today, let me just give you a background for those of you who are here for the first time. Work on Workplace Relations with Aastha. Now, this is a weekly live. Every Sunday we are here, and the whole purpose of this show is to delve a little deeper into some aspects of what's happening at the workplace, the common challenges that most of us deal with at workplaces with respect to the bonds, the camaraderies with boss, colleague, subordinate, teammate, right? And essentially, all of this boils down to your relationship with yourself. What's happening inside of you that reflects outside. So sometimes we pick up topics which may not be directly pertaining to your workplace, the space there, but they are absolutely relevant because they are at the source of what's happening at your workplace, right? So today we are going to be talking about how to work with an insecure boss. So every time in the master classes when I talk about which is that relationship that is the most strained, which is like at the top of your list when it comes to workplace, I think a majority has the boss as one of the relationship with boss, which is taxing, which is difficult, which is causing them the pain. And one of the different attributes is where you have a boss who is insecure, and how do you really go about working with this boss? Because a lot of times when the boss is insecure, it can lead to it takes a toll on you. It can lead to the workplace environment not being very conducive. So how do you take responsibility and how can you turn it around? Yeah. So, hi Mukta, welcome. Thank you for joining in. So, I think very basic. I think the first thing when you talk about an insecure boss, there could be so many different aspects to an insecure boss, so many different behaviors, but essentially, fundamentally, they are insecure, so they're not able to trust. Okay, and maybe they end up, because they're not able to trust, they end up micromanaging, they end up putting blame on others, they may want to take away all the credit themselves, they may question everything. So certain behaviors which do not go down well with you, which make you irritable, which irk you, they lead to some kind of a frustration. So I want you to understand this basic thing first, that an insecure boss, his behavior has got nothing to do with you. I repeat, whatever the insecure boss is doing, his actions or his behavior, it has got no reflection on you. What does that mean? That means that he has his own insecurities which are coming from his belief system, from his experiences in life. He has been, surviving on those, and that's become his boundaries, that this is how it is, I can't trust people, or people are here to take away all the credit. Should I be sharing, not sharing? So he has his own belief system because of his experiences, and therefore he's doing what he's doing. So that's his journey, that's his experience. If he does something, if he micromanages, we are quick to form an opinion that he's micromanaging because maybe I am not efficient, or he's doubting me, questioning me, because maybe there's something that I am not doing right. So I think the first thing is that fundamental conceptually we need to understand that insecurity breeds to a certain kind of behavior, and that behavior is entirely the responsibility of that individual. It's got nothing to do with you. So while the other person, which is your boss, may not understand that because he's into it, he's the one who's experiencing it. But if you can distance yourself from the meaning that you're giving to the whole thing, right? When the boss behaves a certain way, then you are going to be able to safeguard yourself. That's the first and the foremost thing that you must do when you have a boss who's insecure. Please separate yourself from his actions and behaviors. They are not directed at you, they mean nothing in this scenario, okay? So stop taking them personally. And that requires practice, that requires for you to be aware, because we are also operating from our own belief system. And the moment one action, one behavior from the boss, and you have your belief system triggered and you get sucked into it, and you're like, oh my god, really, I think there's something that I'm not doing right, probably I don't deserve to be here, or maybe I'm not as efficient, I need to upgrade myself. Am I really good enough? If I were really good enough, then my boss would not be saying this again and again. Every time he has to ask me for things, something that I'm missing, efficiency, right? So stop there. Because in the process, you are going to take a toll on you. You will damage your own self-esteem, self-confidence, if you're not aware, and if you don't learn to distinguish between the two things. So the first thing, very, very critical, if you have an insecure boss who's behaving a certain way, that is his journey. That's something that he needs to deal with. It's got nothing to do with you. So stop taking it personally. That's one muscle that you need to build. And it's not a one time process. It is bringing that awareness every time. So he does something and then you again get aware, okay, this is something. It's got nothing to do about me. He's dealing with something. So one. The second thing, what makes a huge difference is that the moment boss is insecure and he exhibits certain behavior, because we all are we are designed to, wired to judge quickly. We're going to attach a meaning and judge the other person. So we start to say X, Y, Z, draw conclusions, basis our experience of the boss, and we classify or label the individual, the boss, as this is who he is, right? He's arrogant, he is selfish, he is whatever labels that you've put. Look into your own lives. He's insecure, he's doing whatever he's doing, and we are quick to label the individual. So, can I just distinguish the human being, which is the boss? And I'm telling you something which may not be as easy. You may think, oh God, what is this? But let me tell you, if you want to get to the source of it, then this is what it is, right? Because, okay, so let me do this, then I'll come to an important aspect here. So, if you can only distinguish that as a human being, he's the same human being that I am. And we all have our own set of fears, insecurities, which are coming from our belief systems. he has a different set of maybe insecurities, and maybe the intensity is quite reasonably high, but I will have my own insecurities. We all have those at different levels, right? So if I can only see that this is one human being who's just like any other human being, but at the same time, he has a belief system which is giving him this behavior, which is causing him to behave in a certain manner, and that says nothing about him. That behavior per se doesn't define him. So, can I distinguish this is my boss and this is the behavior that he's exhibiting? And that behavior is not serving me, it's not serving the workplace. I understand that. But he's not a bad man. He's not somebody who's got wrong intentions. He's not even aware. So, if I can start to look at him as a human being who's dealing with his insecurities, who has no access, right? Trust me, the whole way of looking at this man or woman is going to change. You'll be able to bring in more empathy. Now, I'm not saying, because you are already taking care of yourself. That's the first part of it, right? You're already taking care of yourself, how you are impacted by it. So that's the foundation. Every moment, that's your first priority. What's the meaning I'm attaching? How much significance am I giving to it? And for that, if you really need to have your structures, which means I need to share with somebody, I need to talk to somebody, at times the frustration levels go up, that's fine. We are all human beings. So can I have somebody who I can share with, who I can talk to? And at the same time, here, this boss is there. How can I manage the whole situation so that it works favorably for me? Don't get into the mode, don't even think that you can change your boss, because one, that's not in your control. That's his journey. So whatever he's doing is his journey. He can only change if he wishes to work, if he really sees that I need to work and I want to work. But beyond that, unfortunately, there's no control that we are able to exercise on people outside or situations outside. So whatever he's doing. That's his journey. What's in my control? One, me, myself. How am I getting impacted by it? Can I take that responsibility? And two, what best can I do right now so that I'm able to have a conducive environment and I make it kind of a win-win for both? So I know that he's dealing with his insecurities and therefore he's behaving the way he's doing. So can I maybe start to maybe acknowledge him? Look at what is positive. There may be certain things which are positive also. He may be insecure and therefore he's doing what he's doing, but he has a whole lot of experience which I can definitely gain from. Can I proactively go and talk to him? Can I seek his opinion, guidance? Because see, somebody who's insecure, he wants to be seen, he wants to be noticed, he wants to be acknowledged, right? He wants to, why does he want to micromanage? Because he doesn't trust. He's not sure if everything is going to happen all fine. So he wants everything to be checked. So can I proactively, with all transparency, inform him, this is how it is happening. This is what we are planning to do today. Do you want to change it or do we go ahead and do this? Yeah. So while you are maintaining what you stand for, wherever required, you assert yourself, but at the same time, you're just building that human to human connection. You are just taking care of a human being that I understand this is what he's dealing with, and the understanding leads to the whole situation being more comfortable for you. That's the only agenda. The agenda is not to change him, you can't do that. But how can you make it more comfortable for yourself and people around? How much can I play? And yes, even after that, there may be situations where you feel it's not working, it is taking a toll on me, it is impacting me too much, massively. And I think moving on is the only way. So I wanted to come to this whole aspect of quitting, where we are very, very quick to say, oh, let me quit, let me move on. I think this is not working. Why not? Absolutely. And that's a choice that is always available to you. But what I see here is that when you move on, and this I say very often, when I understand it's not easy, but when you move from one organization to the other organization, by all means, you may have a boss who's not insecure. So good, now I don't have a boss who's insecure. But he may come with his own belief system. He will, may nahi, he will come with his own belief system, which gives him some other sorts of fears. And more than what he's doing, it is an opportunity for me to grow to the next level. Now, imagine if I can bring that kind of patience, persistence, composure, that ability to distinguish where I don't let myself get impacted. Can I take it as an opportunity? So here I have a boss who's with all of this, the insecurities, and I have an opportunity to grow here. Grow not in terms of the perks and the salary and all. I'm saying grow as the human being. Grow internally. Where can I see how I safeguard myself from whatever is happening outside to impact me? I don't let it impact me. And that's the muscle. Can I build it? Can I work on this? Trust me, it is very, very, very powerful. Okay, I see some comments here from Mukta. Can I quickly read them? Okay, please share whatever comes to your mind. Wrong energy exchange needs to be blocked, otherwise, same cycle continues. That's why, absolutely, protecting oneself is a must. Yes, beautiful point made here. Beautiful. Yes, it is an energy exchange, and I think yes. So every moment, if I can only be, mindful. Hi Kailash. Hi Kunal. Hi Anant. So thank you for joining in, and thank you for putting in your comments and what do you think about it. Please continue to do that. And any experience that you've had or a way that you've dealt with it or you've seen somebody dealing with it, please share. It's going to be enriching for all of us, right? So what I was talking about is that if only you can look at what can I play with. So I'm clear. I need to safeguard myself. I need to build upon this whole thing. Using this, can I use it to grow? Done. I'm clear on that. Now, what needs to be done? What can I do? So I can acknowledge him. And I'm not asking you to be fake. I'm not asking you to do things which are inauthentic. Figure out what is it that I can acknowledge him for. I'm sure out of all the things that are troubling you, you'll be able to find one thing that you genuinely can acknowledge this man or woman for. I'm sure you'll agree. Let me know if you don't agree. One thing you'll be able to find out. But the challenge is we just stop looking at the other person with that perspective. All we are engrossed in is this is what he does. This is not working. And that's not our fault. That's not something we're doing intentionally. That's what we are designed to do. Our brain constantly looks for threats, constantly looks for negatives. So that's what you're getting. He doesn't do this, he doesn't do this, he makes me feel this, he's always arrogant, he doesn't listen, he micromanages, he always has questions, he's always doubting, he takes away all the credit, he wants an answer to everything, he wants to question everything. You have your own pitara always ready. We're all doing that, okay? And I'm not saying it's wrong, but all I'm saying is it's serving you. So it's not a fight of right or wrong where you want to say, hey, I'm right. Then what? Yes, you're right. Now what? What beyond it? But if I see this is not serving me and I am here in this organization and I can tomorrow go to another organization and that will present its own set of challenges. And then when I go to a third one, that will have its own challenges. So one is I can keep hopping. The other is I build up on my strengths. I build up on my internal, my core, right? And which is where can I start to look at the other person as a human being who's dealing with this. Now, this, how do I deal with all of this? Because it is impacting me, right? So what are the mechanisms for me? One is that awareness that this has got nothing to do with me. It doesn't mean anything about me, because he's doing this to everybody. He's dealing with his own stuff. Two, it gets too much, it gets overwhelming. You can't just go on understanding and piling it on. So you may need to offload it. So have that conversation, write down for yourself, but bring it out. Don't let it impact you, right? And then at the same time, have that contact, have that connect with your boss. Remember, at the core, he's also that same human being who, like you, wants respect, who wants the same love, who wants the same trust, who wants, the help that is needed. He may not say it, but that's what he also desires, just like you. So the moment you start to connect, you have no idea what gesture of yours, what action of yours, what behavior of yours may make him feel better, may make him connected with you, right? And I'm again not talking about you trying to change his insecurities. No, no. I'm just talking about how you can best manage what is available to you, right? And the only key for that is you doing the work on yourself, which is you addressing your belief system, getting strong there, getting forwarding beliefs there, which will serve you, and at the same time, playing with whatever is available. So, which is, sharing with your boss. How about he micromanages, he's always doubting, he's not sure? You go and share with him. What does it take? But what stands in the way? Why does he want me to share everything? He thinks I'm not efficient. I'm not going to share everything with him. So my belief system comes there, and then both the belief systems are clashing, and then we make it miserable for ourselves. So, can I stand committed to myself and I see he's dealing with whatever he's dealing? I need to protect myself. So, if this is the need, what does it take for me to share proactively? What does it take for me to genuinely acknowledge him for something that's positive? What does it take for me uh, to do, maybe seek his guidance, to seek his opinion genuinely, not for the heck of it? None of it needs to be faked. I'm saying, so that will do two things. One, you will build the muscle to really look beyond what is missing. This is not working. So you learn to look beyond and see, okay, what can I look for that serves, that's good, that's beautiful? And two, you will learn to protect yourself and move beyond. Okay, this is my boundary. I understand all of this, and yet I can be there to serve the other person. I think this is a way of serving the other person. If I can really look at him as a human being and not just as a maybe a mechanical being. So, he's a boss sitting here, and I have a certain view of him, and I'm operating from there. So just having that kind of an awareness, that consciousness, and just managing the whole thing, playing with it, I think is the key, I feel. And of course, in terms of action, there could be so many different things that you can do, and I think you'll find enough content on that available, enough experiences. But what I'm talking about, what I would want to focus on, is the source. Because if here I am still blaming him, I'm in the mode of he's very selfish, he's always doing this, he's one insecure boss, why have I gotten this boss? If that's what's playing here and I don't touch it, I let it play, and there I go trying to acknowledge him, or maybe trying to seek his guidance on something. So I'm absolutely in not in harmony. Here there is something else. What I'm doing is absolutely fake then, and that won't serve. Consider it, the other person gets to know, he can feel that vibe. That won't serve you. And forget he understanding your vibe, you are not going to feel good about it. How long can you do that? How long can you fake it? You'll ultimately reach a stage where you won't know what to do. You can do it once, you can do it twice. It's going to be a burden, right? So I'm saying set this internal stuff right. Right means that which serves you, and then you go and take those actions. It's going to forward you, it's going to make the experience better for you. And still, if you feel it's just not working out, it's getting too much, quite possible ultimately you may have to make that choice of moving on. But like I always say, the both the contexts are very different. One is quitting because, oh my god, look at this person, I think, you start to feel miserable, you let yourself get damaged, self esteem, self confidence goes for a toss, and then you say, okay, I'm sorry, I think some connection issue. And then you say, oh God, nothing left, I need to move on. So all the damage is done, you've taken the hit, and now you're moving on. Only, but remember, who's moving on? You are the same individual with that same belief system, with your own fears, who was here, and now you move to the new one, and you're ready to encounter a new belief system there. Versus when you've done this, the work, you've tried to put in all the effort that you could, and you still feel, no, I don't think this is really working out. It's not worth the effort. And I think I really need to move on. That is coming from a place of awareness. It's coming from a place of making that conscious choice that I don't want to, I choose not to be surrounded by this. And I think I've done whatever I could. But in this moment, I think I need to move on. So you have not damaged, you've not let yourself get damaged, you've not let yourself get impacted by the whole thing, and you've made that choice right in time. So these are two very different things. So it's not as much about the action, which is the right action, quit karna sahi hai ya nahi hai. That's not the point. The point is you will know it for yourself when you have done that work on yourself and when you've put that work out there. Yep. So I think, yeah, that's what I wanted to share, because this is something I've heard from so many people. So many people have asked this question of, got an insecure boss, I've got such and such boss. How do I deal with him or her? Great. Thank you, Anant. I'm glad you found this. Yeah, absolutely. I think for me also, this is one of the big ones. There are times when I see that I get sucked into it, and then I come back, hey, what am I doing? Why am I taking it personally? That's human. So you'll not be, at it always. There'll be times when you'll fall down. I catch myself so many times. But the idea is the moment you get aware, then you can always say, okay, what am I really doing? And in that moment, you have a choice. Do I want to take it the way I'm taking, the way you're taking? Or you want to see that, no, this is not serving me. It's got nothing to talk about, it doesn't say anything about me. It's just his journey, whatever he's going through, his insecurities, his belief system. And unless he chooses to work on it, there's nothing that can be done. In this scenario, what's the best that I can do? So that's the whole game, and that's the whole thing. So I hope this was valuable, this was meaningful, and yes, this is a journey. It's not about, oh, I've realized something and tomorrow it's done and dusted. No, it's a journey, and you are at it. You are constantly working on yourself, and that's where you draw power from. That's where you get all the muscle to deal with the situations that are there, and to deal with bosses, the different challenges that you feel exist and you think are very, very difficult to handle at times. But trust me, when you start to do that work, and when you start to really, when you're at it, you will see the impact flowing into so many areas. Your overall, your confidence, your self esteem, your trust in yourself, expression, everything goes to the next level, right? And I can tell you so many cases where there has been a shift in the camaraderie also, where you thought this just cannot happen, nothing but sulking. There has been a shift in the camaraderie only because you chose to look at it from a different perspective and do the work on yourself. You chose to separate yourself from whatever is happening, whatever is coming from your boss's side. And just by being a little proactive, you were able to give a different experience, and hence you see a shift there. That is also something that happens. Yep. So, but I think there is no standard experience. We all have our own experiences. It's just a matter of getting on with it and experiencing it as as we move on each day and evolving at the same time. That's what growth is all about, right? Great. So I think that's about it. And I would really, really look forward to hearing from all of you. What was your takeaway? What is it that which resonated, which hit you the most? And that's one part of it. And at the same time, the other thing that I would say is, please do the work on yourself. Please start to put this to implementation, because if you don't do that, then there are so much of, I would say, information, videos, content that is available today on social media. So much. You have such amazing people out there with such amazing stuff to deliver, but I think what we miss out is the implementation. So I'd say pick up one small thing from whatever you hear, implement that, and then see what's happening, and then come back, share, ask. I think that's how we all learn, we grow. And yeah, we can share our experiences, because this whole journey, the work, the so-called work, is all about experience. It's no standard formulas, it's no standard rules, no points कि ये चार चीजें आप कर लीजिए और फिर देखिए क्या होगा. No, it's about defining your own experience, falling down and then getting stuck and then wondering, oh God, what to do now? And then you have somebody who's done it already, or you pave your own way. But that's how you build the muscle. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mukta. Thank you so much. Being a sopa. Hi. So, what's your name? If you could share the name. Thank you. I'm glad the thoughts resonated with you. Lovely. So, with this, I think I'm going to sign off. As always, the whole week is right ahead. Set the tone for your week, and just get on with it. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of happiness, and happy work, happy doing the work on yourself. So just want to let you know, it's very, very powerful. Get started, pick up one thing, and anything, I'll be super happy to serve you, help you, support you. You can drop in a comment here, underneath the video whenever you watch this, or you can message me, and yeah, I'll be super happy to help you in any way I can. So great. Wishing you all the best. Great week ahead, full of action and full of joy, excitement, lot of energy. Take care. Bye bye. See you all next Sunday, 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time, with yet another aspect topic from our workplace. Bye bye.